Okay, this is Red Ron's Radical Rides, and we're out here doing it to it. So I'm gonna probably I'm gonna try to make a 3-part series on how to install the infamous gas cap filler in the taillight lens. So this is something, I haven't procrastinated on it because I'm lazy. I just do not want to cut into a $600 brand new piece and run a $300 gas cap filler. So first, a shout out to Jason Mode down there at New Creations. I mean, just one of the coolest C10 guys, one of the coolest guys that you'll ever meet. Approachable. I mean, he'll tell you everything in and out about what he does, and there's no secrets. And he's been a true mentor and a friend to help me out. I called them directly, and he said, "Man, it's not easy, and they do it from the inside." And I was like, "Dude, I do not know how you can get this in here." He said, "Man, it's not easy. They do it on finished trucks." And I'm like, "Dude," I was like, "That's awesome." So I'm learning, and so I'm going to help you guys find out all the stuff that I've learned to make this fit in there with the least amount of problems. And so this is the part that a lot of people don't understand. This is when you start fabricating, it does slow things down because in carpentry you cut measure 10 times and cut once. Well, this is what I've learned so far. So this piece right here is obviously what's going to be on the gas, your tail light. So there's your tail light, you click it, it pushes in and it pops out, and then you'll have your filler neck down inside here with this gas cap inside this container right here. So you'll have that as you open up your tail light, which is pretty cool. It's a hidden gas cap. Outstanding. You see them on the show trucks, really cool. Well, get it in here, this thing doesn't fit in this way. You can't just slide it in, so it's like, what? And so obviously I've marked a few things, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So this here, I did it nice orange bright line so you could see. We're gonna cut this out flush, but we need to save the majority of this because that's when you open up the gas lid, this is gonna be finished. You're gonna see all this when you open it up. So we can't burger this up and go all crazy. And then you see the lines in there. I have to cut out this whole back section in there, and that's not gonna be easy without damaging the whole thing. And then that upper lip, we gotta cut it off too. So right here, cut it off. And so what I've determined is that this doesn't fit in there easy. So I'm gonna do a little modifications to this to make it easier on my life. Because I noticed when we were trying to figure out how we could do it, is that the front of it fits in, I was like, wait a minute. That fits in, and that's where it's supposed to fit perfectly, but just reversed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the liberty of modifying this $300 piece that we ordered. And so this here, I'm gonna buzz out these 4 right here, these little spot welds, and then I'm going to razor blade cut this down on each side with basically a cutting tool, and trim each side down to make this a little bit narrower. So my goal is, after I cut all this stuff out, I'm gonna slide this in far enough back that this lip goes past this and then underneath it. And then here's the tricky part. Once you get it in there, you can't just weld it in place. You have to put this, and this represents the LED, and you have to put an LED lens on this to make this work. Obviously, you cannot put the stock one back on here. But the stock one, as Jason Mode says from New Creation, he goes, this is basically the width of what the LED gives you. So that LED plate's gonna go on there, and then you have to mock it up so that when this, this is gonna represent underneath, that has to be flush with that, so that it looks aesthetically pleasing, and the same as the other. So as you look at it, you're seeing this, and you cannot tell that's just stock. And then until you push it, click, click, and it opens up. And that's another thing. So come to this. We have these little magnetic pushers where you push in, it clicks, push in, and it goes like this. Click, click. Well, you have to adjust those and sit those in just right. And I guarantee you, I'm gonna have to get that adjustment before I weld it, because that would be a hard place to put screws in. As of right now, I don't have any screws in this package, so I'm gonna have to go find flush mounted little screws in here, and then put that in pre, so I don't have to try and drill that in afterwards. So this is the start that I'm gonna do to get this in. Like I said, I'm gonna make a 3-part series. I'll do this. We'll do a mid one before I weld it in, after I've gotten it in, and then afterwards, and then the finished things. Now this videos will take a while. So if you're following, like right now, you might have to wait a while, because we're gonna cut this, and then obviously once we get it in, we got a lot of stuff going to blue. This is gonna get blue, and we're gonna build a beast of a truck. So hey, stay tuned. And if you would do me a favor, like, subscribe. I'm gonna try and get 1,000 stars on this video, and then try and blow things up so I can keep making these videos on these C10 trucks. Hey, for me and mine, you know, there's only one way. You guys have a great day.